welcome back to Dance Geek. I'm Claire. Today I've got a review or reaction video for you. I had not planned this video at all. I hadn't planned on doing it, but there was quite a lot of very heated, passionate talk and debate, and let's call it what it is, flat out arguing on some of the dance teacher pages that I'm part of on Facebook about this halftime performance. And I was like, what's going on? So I ended up watching it. I'm not American, as you can tell by my accent. I generally don't care about the Super Bowl because I'm not American. I also don't enjoy team sports. I'm also not massively into new music. I like music that's familiar to me. I like music that's comfortable to me. I'm not opposed to new music, but I don't follow chart hits and stuff like that. Pop music, that kind of thing. I'm not against it, but I don't tend to be really invested in listening to new music. I have my favourite artists. Most of them are old. Big Beatles fan. Love rock music. But I do have some music artists that I love who would be considered a modern artist. I love Miley Cyrus, unashamedly. Love her. Follow a lot of what she does. Her pre-show, I was very interested in watching because I love Miley. So from a music and sport point of view, the Weeknd performing at the NRL, is it NRL? I don't even know. I also don't care. Whatever it is, football, gridiron, American football, Super Bowl thing, that didn't interest me. I'm not into the Weeknd. I like some of his songs that I've heard. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That I Can't Feel My Face. That's really cool. Good jam. This did not interest me, is basically what I'm saying. On so many levels, didn't interest me. But I am first and foremost a dance teacher and a choreographer. And the debate I saw online about the dancing in the show, I was like, well, I have to watch it. I have to. I want to give you my gut reaction to the performance. Now, I am slightly influenced by the fact that I've seen people arguing about it online, but I never really read into what their specific problems or loves, dislikes, whatever about the show was, because I hadn't seen it and I wasn't interested. So I didn't really invest a lot in it. I know the current COVID situation was a factor for people, as in they were saying, oh, well, he did this because of COVID and because of restrictions and blah, 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 blah. But basically what the debate became about within the dance community was, should we be critical of other artists at all? Yes, we should. Of course we should. The way we criticize people, this is not just a dance thing or an arts thing, the way we criticize people needs to be done, especially in the arts. The way we're critical of people, it does need to come from a constructive place. I tend to just not listen to people who say, oh, it was crap. Full stop, that's it. I'm like, all right, cool. I can't do anything with that. If they're criticizing my art and they say it's crap and they don't back it up with anything else, I ignore it. If they criticize someone else's art and say it's crap, full stop, or something like that, I ignore it, because it's not, you can't really do anything with it. Except on a quantitative level, if you see a lot of people just saying, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it, without backing it up with reasons and why and blah, 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 then from a quantitative, like as in the quantity of that amount of backlash and negativity, makes me go, maybe there's something here that needs to be looked at. But in general, any kind of criticism needs to be, the word itself, criticism, implies that you're giving advice and reason. So you don't have to say, this is how I think the Weeknd should fix his performance, but you should be giving reasons why you don't like something, not just, I don't like it, full stop. Because your opinion is valid. But don't expect anyone to get on board with you if you don't give reasons why, if you don't explain yourself. So my life, my job, my expertise, my experience and qualifications is all in live performance. I feel like I'm qualified to judge this. This is still my opinion. It's just that my opinion is based on a lot of knowledge, a lot of education, training and experience. But so were the opinions left by a lot of people on social media within the dance. These were dance educators like myself. Maybe not as heavily, maybe they weren't as heavily trained and experienced in live production, theatrical production, not just that they were mostly the dance aspects, and that's fine. But I feel like it was polarizing. This show was polarizing, and I am very interested to see for myself, why was it polarizing? Another side note, I know a little bit about the Weeknd's latest album, and some of the fallout from that. I know he's been quite performative in the way he is presenting the album, so it's not just songs on an album, here it is. He has been very kind of like holistically artistic with it. So what am I getting at now? I just sound like I'm blah, 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 blah. The face bandages, things like that. He has been performing other elements of, or an extension of, what his message is in that album, apparently, in his life and in his performances, in interviews, in the film clips, in that kind of thing. He's had some, comments on, he's making comments, artistically, about plastic surgery, the pressure to conform to beauty standards and ideals within the performing arts industry, within Hollywood, within all, that kind of visual sort of areas. That's not a new concept. People have been doing that for decades and decades and decades. It's not new. I think what's different about the way he's been doing this is he is a black man. And normally this message about societal pressures of beauty standards, to conform to beauty standards, normally that comes from women for a good reason. And a lot of the time from white women or women not of colour. Women of colour obviously have very unique issues when it comes to beauty standards. The plastic surgery, changing your face physically, your features to conform, that is traditionally seen as a white woman's problem. It is a problem. Gendered issues of conforming to beauty standards, there is a reason that women are the ones that mostly want to say something about this. Women are, without a doubt, much more pressured to conform to certain beauty standards, unrealistic beauty standards, than men. I'm not saying men don't have that pressure too. I know they do. What I'm saying is that this is overwhelmingly a female problem, okay? Any person who identifies as female in their gender performance will feel this at some time in their life. I don't judge other people for getting procedures done, mostly because it's all just aesthetics anyway. So I'm like, yeah, that's just what they want their face to look like. That's cool. The stuff that I have seen, basically, of what the Weeknd is doing, I don't think it's particularly clever. I haven't seen him do anything that specifically shows the black and male perspective on this issue. What I've seen is just, he was wearing face bandages. He said it was about having it was in reference to having what can happen if you have a rough night partying in Vegas. And then that built into, it wasn't a rough night in Vegas, it was surgery and the masks came off and he did the bandages and everything came off and he showed this new face in a film clip or performance or something. But what are you saying? Where's this coming from? Where's the critique? I don't think it's clever enough when you're dealing with an issue that is genuinely affecting a lot of people. However, as I've already said, I don't really follow current pop music a lot. I don't know a lot about him. I've just been interested in this particular story, and I had a look at a few things today, just to see what was going on, give myself a bit of background, because the context in which art is created and the artist's reason is important, and it can change the way we view things. If I have missed something along the way and this issue has been, he has addressed it and he has, please tell me in the comments nicely. Don't tell me I'm an idiot, because I do want to learn. I genuinely, if he's answered this question, then please tell me and I'll go look at it and yay, cool. But at the moment I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Why should I care? That's what I'm asking. I don't know. Maybe that will be answered in this halftime performance. Probably not, because one of the things I did see was that he wanted the show for the halftime performance to be, particularly in this pandemic climate that he's performing in, he wanted the show to really resonate with people at home, whereas normally the Super Bowl show is about, halftime show is about the live audience, the live experience, and they just happen to record it with only a limited amount of attention being paid to how it's viewed at home. But this year more so than other years, he's had to do that because COVID. There aren't as many people there, all of that. And he did say that for that reason he wanted it to be family friendly, so he held back a little bit on the bandages situation. I'll link the interview where he talked about that in the comments, in the description below. Do you know, every video I do, I say I'm going to do a shorter introduction, and I never do. And I'm now just going to stop apologizing for doing long introductions, because this introduction is part of my explanation, my message I'm trying to get out there. It's important that you have context for what you're viewing. If you're looking for someone to just sit there and react to things and go, wow, then don't watch me. I'm always going to give you lots of reasonings behind why I'm saying what I am, because I want to explain myself and I want to get information out. Dance Geek, this channel, is about information. So I'm going to talk. I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to react. Oh, this is #1 on trending on YouTube. Alright, so this is the only bit I've seen. Visually, I love this. This is really cool. I love that it goes, the camera then goes into the set and it's not a still image, even though it looked like a still image. Cool. Reminds me of that scene in Labyrinth when the David Bowie rocks. If you know, you know. Oh, who's that hanging? Raymond James Stadium. See, is that a thing? I don't know. Should I care? So there are people there. Now, are these the same people that were at the tailgate, the TikTok tailgate pre-show with Miley, who were only, well, that's a lot of people for a pandemic. So the people that were at the pre-show were only people who have been vaccinated, and they were all healthcare workers. So it was like a thank you to them bringing them in. Anyway. Oh, LED backlighting. Looks exciting. Open up the stadium. Okay, yeah, cool. Alright, so I'm sort of starting to understand some of the comments I saw. That it was just people in the background doing arm movements. He doesn't seem to have any of his prosthetics on to show the plastic surgery, and he doesn't have any bandages. But the dancers in the background They've definitely got some sort of mask thing with LED lights in the eyes. They look like they're they're actually looking a lot like the Total Eclipse of the Heart choir boys. Their masks seem to be like that clear plastic, which could be referencing the whole plastic surgery thing. Okay, so far I haven't noticed any of these songs. That's what I mean by musically I don't really care. She's got a good voice. Oh, that's cool. Walking through the under part of the stage. Is this the stage, like the bleachers? I know this song. This is cool. A little bit flat there vocally, but this isn't a vocal review. Knew he wasn't going to go up for that because he was flat before, so he didn't have the strength to go up, and that's fine. You make those decisions. Okay, here we have the bandage masks. I can't feel my face when I'm with... Oh, and I love that he's doing the whole can't feel my face. They've got these bandages on like their faces are actually damaged. I'm assuming there's also a protection from COVID issue thing happening here. I like that. This is cool. There's also, I love that this is these bodies banging into each other sort of thing in this sort of hall of mirrors. They're dressed like him, so it's kind of like it's reflections of him. Love that. So far, I get what people have been talking about with the whole it's not good dancing. It's because he hasn't focused on dancing, and that's okay. People are allowed to do live performances and not focus on dancing. It's not all about us. I think that's an especially deliberate point for him because I know he was pissed that he didn't get nominated for any Grammys or anything, and I understand that. Sure, cool. He's had some amazingly big popular songs and he is good at what he does. So I think from his point of view as an artist, he was wanting this show to focus on his music, not necessarily on the dancing, which can distract from the music. So I feel like he's made this deliberate attempt to focus on his music to show people that he is a worthy artist, and that's a valid point. Well done him. Okay, I want one of these glittered skull full face masks that this guitarist has got on. Love it. Love it. Yeah, look, he's deliberately not having the focus be on backup dancers, that sort of thing. Is this difficult dancing? No. Is it clever choreography? No. Does it need to be? No. Okay, are they actually, they're not playing the actual violin, are they? Are they actual violinists and then there's dancers as well? Has he paid for both? Because that's good. Well done, you. Oh, I love this song. Forgot he sang this song. I do like this one. Sexy as hot. So we've got touch, alone, hours, enough. All right, so he's making some statements in his set. All right, so we're at the 9-minute and 18-second mark, and yeah, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. Doesn't mean it's a bad show. I'm underwhelmed because even though I love this song, well, no, I like this song, let's not get carried away. It's a good song. I love it to dance to. That's where my connection to this song is. And no, they're not dancing to it. Well, they are. They're moving to it in the background. It's still choreography, I get that. He's made a deliberate choice here to focus on him as a musician, as a singer, as a songwriter, whatever. If I want to see someone focus on music and singing, this is not the type of music that I personally want to watch. Yeah, it's not personally the type of music that I want to listen to and watch if it's just about the music. That's where I prefer rock or a really good, beautifully trained musical theatre vocalist, that kind of thing. Oh, look here, we've got the plastic surgery dudes back again. Lovely, socially distanced. So they're now on the field. This is the first time we've gone out onto the actual field. Do you call it a field? Is it the field? Is it the pitch? Well, I don't know sports ball. Oh, LED hands. Are we going into blinding lights now? Are they blinding lights? I don't know. Yep, simple choreography, very effective though. So he's come out of that sort of cityscape. Oh, got my notes. He's come out of the cityscape in the bleachers. He's down on the field. They're all socially distanced. Lovely. This is a good testament to that whole dancers can socially distance. We've been doing it for ages. Look at our straight lines. See that? Yes, that's my kind of music. Oh, they're not socially distancing now. Blinding lights, okay. This is the banger, this is the TikTok. Fireworks in blinding lights. Oh, that's a bit out of time. So this is definitely, from a dance perspective, this is the biggest dance scene so far, with the most amount of movement, the most amount of dancers, and every single one of those dancers is anonymous. They are all a reflection of him, of the Weeknd. Do you say it Weekend or Weeknd because he doesn't have that E at the end there? What's with that? Fireworks, LED lights on the hands, blinding lights. The images on the big Jumbotron screens are just of his face. This is about him. Cool. What did he say? Tampa Bay? Is that where it is? Again, don't know sports, don't know. Cool, okay. Free dance party. That's a good shot. Ah. That's cool.
The National Football League thanks you for watching the Pepsi Super Bowl 55 halftime show. After the game, go to NFL.com/SBLVA to watch the Super Bowl 55 live visual album for all of tonight's performances.
All right, so I don't swear on my channel, so what the fuck is up with everyone getting so defensive of this performance? What? Are you that bored and frustrated in lockdown that that's all you've got to do is what the hell? Was that a great performance? In my opinion, no. As I've explained, in my opinion, it wasn't great because his music is not really my kind of thing. And that performance was focused on his music. The production elements were very, very expensive, high quality, and up there. But every production element was purely there to frame his music. He wanted people to come away from that performance knowing his face, without the fake plastic surgery, knowing his face and knowing his voice. And we did. We do. Cool. That was his objective, because he felt incredibly snubbed and probably has reason to feel snubbed by the music industry, the Grammys, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. The dancing that they did and the choreography that they did was a solid 7 out of 10. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be brilliant. It just doesn't have to be, because it's not a dance show. The halftime performance has always been music, specifically pop music. Me personally, absolutely, hands down, without a doubt, I will watch Miley's pre-show performance 100 times. I will never watch that one again unless I have to for a work-related thing, because it doesn't resonate with me. But it wasn't bad. He didn't do anything offensive. The only thing I was a little bit sus about was when they were out on the field and they had a bit of a free dance and ran around, and some of them were breaking social distancing. So I was like, oh, stand back, pandemic. Other than that, no one's nipple slipped out. That was controversial. No one was booty shaking like last year, where there was then the debate about it being a cultural dance as opposed to a sexist dance, and that was an issue. This is not an issue. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm underwhelmed, purely not because of his performance and the the elements of that performance. I'm underwhelmed because the level of anger in the Facebook groups made me feel like, ooh, this is gonna be controversial. There was no controversy. I don't get it. I'm gonna go and watch Miley again, because Miley in the pre-show performance sings with Joan Jett. They don't dance, because I can be entertained by things where there's no dancing, especially if it's two boss-ass women rocking out. Love it. She's amazing. And you know what? You don't have to agree with me, because art is subjective. But don't tell people that they can't have an opinion about something. If people are like, oh, I was really underwhelmed by that, don't then just get on there and say, we need to be supportive of artists. The Weeknd doesn't need my support. He got enough money, he got enough support. Okay? His biggest issue at the moment is he didn't get nominated for a Grammy. He's okay. He doesn't need you to come to his defense, Karen. Okay? Because not getting nominated for a Grammy, if that's his biggest problem at the moment, we are talking first world problems, even for a black man living in America in a pandemic. First world problems. Let me know below what you thought of this performance. Let's start a discussion. If I'm missing something and there is something in there that people are offended by, then please, please educate me on that. Because I'm really into healthy adult discussions. But just telling people that they shouldn't say negative things because we need to support artists, blindly support them, don't be ridiculous. Comment what you thought of the halftime show down below. Give it a thumbs up if you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you agree with me that Miley's pre-show performance was amazing, so good, love her. Tell me down below if you think Miley is awful. I don't care, because I'm a big girl and I can back up my own opinions, and I know that this is just what I really enjoy watching. Just a little bit disappointed. I was hoping that there'd be a lot more for me to get my teeth sunk into there.